Hello everybody and welcome back to the FM23 Youth Academy Only Save with Guiseley, and this is the final episode of this season. And if you want to go and see our youth intake, which was pretty meh, but if you want all the details about that, go and look at the last episode, because we looked through all the players that came through the youth intake, decided which ones we were probably going to give contracts to and which ones we weren't, and and had a look at what we thought they would do. But this is the end of the season and we're going to do 2 games in this episode. We're going to be taking on the penultimate game of the season at home to Wolves, which we're going to take, pretty seriously, play our strongest 11. And then the final game of the season, which I think is away to Liverpool, we're going to be playing our patrons and channel members to give them all a run out and we can see how they get on in the game. But without further ado, let's dive into it. Yes, hello everybody and welcome back. And as you can see, we are taking on Wolves and it's 12th v 13th. We are having a fantastic season. We've already guaranteed our highest finish in the Premier League ever, which is amazing. And we do have the chance, if we win both of our games and Plymouth lose theirs, now winning our last game seeming a bit ridiculous because we're going to be playing all of our patrons and channel members who are ages from 16 to 32 in the game, so there's quite a stretch there. But if we win both, Plymouth lose both of theirs and Everton don't win, then we could finish 10th. We could even finish 9th if Man United really mess it up, but I think goal difference is going to be a little bit different. So yeah, we could finish in the top 10 of the Premier League. Now, in theory, we should finish 13th, I would say. Probably 11th to 13th is where we're going to finish. But yeah, it's been a fantastic season. It's been really, really good. So let's go and have a look of how we've been doing of late. So as you can see, we would have come around March, wouldn't we, for the youth intake? It was mid-March. In March, we beat Aston Villa 2-0. We lost to Chelsea 4-1. We beat Middlesbrough 3-0. I mean, them getting a man sent off in the 5th minute really helped with that one. We then had a pretty dreadful April, losing to Liverpool 3-1 and losing to Tottenham 3-0. But we've turned it around with wins over Leicester, 3-0 at home. Another win over Man United, 3-2 away. We just seem to always beat Man United. I don't know why, but we always do. Crimson Mori with a brace in that one and Cole Kennedy getting a goal there. The Doc coming in good. And as I said, we're playing Wolves at home and it's not Liverpool, it's Arsenal away on the final day of the season. Now, Arsenal, are they in with a chance of winning the league? No, they're not. Tottenham are basically going to win the league. Tottenham or Chelsea. Man United not having a good season, 9th. Leicester were bottom. We've beaten the bottom 3, which is good. We're at that. Seems to be at that point now where we're consistently picking up points against teams below us. So yeah, we're in a good spot. But it's all been really good. It's been a good season. It's been good fun. I don't know if I've gone through the tactics we're playing. We're playing back to a 4-2-3-1, which we're sort of adapting as the game happens. It's a lot easier to adapt in game with the 4-2-3-1, I find. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. But at the moment, it's going pretty well. Injuries to Jan Petric means that Johnny Craggs is in goal for us, who was pissed off, is no longer pissed off, is happy to stay at the club. He had a good number of clubs interested in him, and he's not done too badly in his 4 appearances this year. 6 goals conceded, but a 7.45 is showing that he does have some skill and ability to play in goal, which is good. But I think because we're doing two games in this episode, we're going to crack straight into it and get into the game. So I'll sort out the lineup and we'll be back to go and play Wolves at home. Okay, so just a couple of changes from what we played in the last few games. Gareth Earl comes in at right midfield because the Doc, Carl Kennedy, is out injured. We're a bit of a walking wounded team at the moment. We've got injuries to Ryan Robinson, who wouldn't be a starting right back anyway, but Carl Kennedy and Supreme Dave, they're all like 5 days away from coming back to full training, so I don't really want to make it worse. So we're resting one of those. Carpenter, Harding, Kiddy and Xavi Edwards all played for the under-21s yesterday, so they're too unfit to play this game. But other than that, everything sort of stays the same. Craggs in goal, Dyson, Joseph, Leach, Jeff Hogg at the back, Hayworth, Sanusi in the middle, Earl, Andrew Neeson, Alphakoff are in behind Crimson Mori. Up front on the bench, we've got calls up from the youth team of Andreas Lukumi is in there, Yago Tal is in there as well, Jake Mills on the bench, Burgess, Connor, Trent Fuchs, Balinese Balançon, John Leake and Jean Mossametti, which is Jean Mossameti's he's not been playing brilliantly, but he has been getting 21 appearances in the first team, which is basically all off the bench, right? He's had in the league 1 start, 20 games off the bench, all to see what he can do, because he's just so his versatility through the middle of the park means he can play basically as the Volante, the playmaker, or this playmaker as well. He lacks a little bit of defensive awareness and attributes to play as the playmaker, but the Segundo Volante pushing forward, he can do that pretty well. But anyway, let's get into this one against Wolves, see how we get on. Gareth Earl doesn't like to tackle harder, but that's just for his position, not the team. We have our wingers tightly marking and tackling harder their fullbacks to try and stop them putting crosses in and see how that goes. Now we'll cut to, later on I might cut to this point when Gareth Earl gets sent off. So let's see how that goes. But we're doing well, we're on a good run. Let's keep it going. I think that's a fair enough thing to say. I will also say I really like these kits. I think we're going to maybe keep them for next year, maybe have a little tweak. But generally, I think they are pretty good kits. There's us in the 4-2-3-1 for this first game of the episode against Wolves. And Wolves are lining up in a 4-4-2. So, they've got Wallace. Wallace is the old original Crimson Maury, for those that didn't know. Josh Wallace is the original Crimson Maury. So he's obviously moved. We'll quickly have a look at him. Wallace has moved from Everton for 1.4 million. Oh my word, they made a huge loss, a 13 million pound loss basically. Wow. And he's not doing, he's got 7 assists, which is very good. 7 assists, 6 goals in 32 games, but how different it would have been if we didn't sell him. It would have been, we need to come out of 2D, don't we? It would have been absolutely amazing if we had kept him. Imagine what he could have done at our club. It would have been absolutely amazing. Replays on. We want to replay goals only, and we'll use the director cam for that. Right, we're underway then. Here we are. So Wallace down the line is still a little bit fast, isn't it? Just for while we're commentating. Hayworth into Neeson, back to Hayworth. Back to Leach, who's sort of become an auxiliary centre-back for us. Jeff Hogg having a great time at left-back. So Leach has the ability and the height to step in at centre-back and has done a good job. That was nearly a poor pass, but we've worked it quite well. Here is Earl, who doesn't like tackling hard. Back to Dyson, who again has become a pretty main fixture in the team. Earl gets it back through to Dyson. Dyson to the byline, cuts it back. Neeson, it's basically cleared off the line. It was going in. I know the defender wasn't quite on the line, but that was definitely going in. Good tackle from Neeson there. But that was a great opportunity. Lovely work from Dyson. The complete wing-back on the right-hand side always plays on attack for us. And because he's not very good defensively, but he's got amazing physical attributes, good crossing, and decent sort of technical for our level. Alphakoff is in the space again, cuts it back. Earl's there and he scores. He may get sent off later, but he scored. The referee's checking it for something. Nothing looked offside. Crimson Maury might be offside. What's that got to do with the price of bread? I mean, that's a terrible attempted header from Nwanchuk. As Alphakoff puts this one in, is he... he is blocking the goalkeeper, but I think it's been given because they're showing the replay of the goal and we are 1-0 up. So the ref checked it. It was given. We didn't go to VAR. It was just a quick check and it was given. 1-0 up. A fantastic start for Guiseley inside the first 10 minutes. And this is what we love. This is awesome. As you can see, Dyson likes getting forward. Jeff Hogg's a little bit more defensive on the left. And then the two in the midfield are doing very well as well. So Alonso with the free kick from deep. Swings it in. That's Wallace with a header. And the keeper went walkabout. Johnny Craggs. I was building him up saying he's not done too badly in his appearances for the club. But that was pretty shocking from the goalkeeper. Alonso, I think he was trying to judge where that header was going, but at the back post, it's an easy header for Vaughan for Wolves as Clausen's pass is intercepted by Neeson. Dyson into Hayworth, into Sanusi. Sanusi comes forward with it. He doesn't have the best dribbling ability, but he's done well there to run into space and release the pass. Jeff Hogg trying to get to the byline again, cuts back. He's still going. He's into the box, Jeff Hogg. He's still going, Jeff Hogg. It's over the bar on his weaker right foot. But not a bad little effort. As you can see, Wolves not really doing very much. It is us on top. 1 shot on target, 1 goal for Wolves at the moment. 10 minutes to go in the first half. And although we're rapidly getting through time, because there's now 5 minutes to go. But we are playing pretty well. We'd like Neeson to do a little bit better in that playmaking role. But I can't be too upset at the moment. Don't lose faith. We're playing well. And then we'll just give them... a little bit of a confidence fist pump as well and say keep on going because we can get something out of this game. We will demand more though straight after half time to try and fire them up as just need to keep an eye on the time. 60 minutes is when we're going to do our first substitutions. Generally everyone is looking pretty okay for fitness, but I do want to make sure we keep some fresh legs in the middle. So Connor on for Peter Hayworth. Neeson, attacking. We're going to put Jean Mossamati in behind the striker as the playmaker. Good finishing, good passing, good technique. He has got the everything needed to play that role, but it is a free kick. Clausen puts in, steers there. It's Dawson, James Dawson has given the lead to Wolves 2-1. 2 set pieces have been our downfall. Maybe we need to start training defensive set pieces. We have conceded quite a lot from set pieces. I think it's probably the physical attributes of the Premier League players that they just turn it up another notch. But we're going to make some more changes, I think. Jay Leach not having a good game. We're going to bring on Yago Thal is going to come on at centre-back. The ball-playing defender from the youth intake a couple of youth intakes ago. Crimson Mori is going to come off. We're going to put, let's put Balinese Balance on up front for this one. Leaves us with 1 sub left. And Brian Dyson has had a good game, but is looking pretty tired. So John Leake comes on for him. We're going to shout at them and say demand more. And it's another free kick to Wolves as Clausen has it. Lots of changes going on there. And Johnny Craggs has been beaten again. And, right, I think we can... Let's up this then. Right, so... Mosamati, Shadow Striker on attack. Sanusi, Segundo Volante on attack. Jeff Hogg on attack. Push the line up. Don't drop off. Step off more. And let's get the ball going a bit quicker to our full-backs, not our centre-backs. And we will throw it long to the full-backs. Right, we can also... Let's just up our tempo and up our directness a little bit more as well. And see what we can do. Yeah, Johnny Craggs, I've bigged him up and he's on a 6.2. Not having a very good game. Connor into Gareth Earl. Back to Connor. Into Mosameti. Mosameti to Connor again. Mosameti's made a great run through, but the ball just couldn't quite get there. Leak into Connor. Over the top. That's a great ball out towards Jeff Hogg. Great first touch from him to control it. Cross is blocked. It'll be a corner. But 3-1 down. We do not deserve to be losing this game by 2 goals at all. Yeah, it's gone a bit quiet on the amount of chances we're making, but I feel like in general we've been by far the better team. Yates in. Is Clausen there? Who is this Oliver Clausen guy? Finishing 14, composure 13. He's quick. Yeah, okay, he's going to be a good striker. Yeah, he's going to be a good striker. That is irritating, isn't it? Because I'm going to berate them and we're going to go attacking. We don't deserve to be 4-1 down. I'm going to be honest. I feel like this is very, very tough on Guiseley, being 4-1 down. It's not even our game against Arsenal where we're going to be playing the Patreons and the channel members and stuff. This is just, us being shit in the second half. Maybe I should have shouted at them more and been like, don't say keep going, we're creating loads of chances. I should have been like, this is awful, we should be winning. But lessons learned. Steer on it. Going forward into Marino. Here's Cornick for Wolves. I think 4-1's harsh. Anything more for Wolves, and maybe they got a complete bollocking at half-time. Who knows? Crespi gives it to Clausen. Leak with a good tackle. Finds Alfakoff with his clearance. Up to Mosameti. Terrible touch from Jean Mosameti, the youngster. And Boateng over the top. This is why we've stopped playing a high line. That's a good save from Johnny Craggs. And Joseph gets it away. But yeah, that's why we've stopped playing a high line, because we've stopped conceding loads of goals like that. So we're playing our bit of a sort of our mid-block, I guess it's called. But yeah, we've had to go and press for some goals. So we played for a much higher line. And it's not worked, has it? It's not worked. So we'll just finish this game, get on to the next one, go and play Arsenal, and then move on to next season. Thou back to Craggs. Craggs brings it out from the back into Thal again. Jeff Hogg. He's got an easy pass in the middle, but he's encouraged to bring it forward. Jeff Hogg going on a lovely run. Ball through. Balinese Balance on. Out to Alfakoff. Alfakoff's in! And that is 4-2 with 6 minutes to go. Good assist from Balinese Balance on, and Alfakoff with a lovely finish as we do make it 4-2. We give the home fans something to cheer about at this point. But good ball through to Balinese Balance on, and Alfakoff outside of the right foot, in off the post. A lovely finish, to be fair. But yeah, 4-2. We're going to berate them again, even though they've just scored. But Wolves leapfrog us in this, so it's going to come down to the final game of the season. But Clausen with a ball in, headed away by Thau. Divisa is there, and he's going to keep this alive. Jeff Hogg dives in and doesn't get the ball. Divisa! Terrible shot. It's not very good. And yeah, I think that's going to be game over pretty much. Clausen into Yates. Boateng out to Clausen again. Oh, I told you he might get sent off. He's not going to get sent off. It's just a foul, that one. And this will let Wolves just tick down the clock and see what's happening. So a bit of a disappointing game. I thought we would win this one. So to be fair, we've got a better XG. We've had more shots and we've had more shots on target. So we probably should have won this game. I don't think this is just a random loss that Football Manager gives you. 14 shots to 8, 5 shots on target with 5, a higher XG, slightly less possession, slightly less passes. But yeah, Oliver Clausen seems to be the difference maker there. 2 clear-cut chances, 2 goals from an XG of 0.3. It's pretty impressive from him, to be honest. Oh well, let's move on to the Arsenal game. And there you have it. Tottenham have won the league. Beating Arsenal 3-0 in the North London derby saw Tottenham wrap up the league title. They will be very happy with that. Winning the title at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium against Arsenal would be, I think, every Spurs' fan's dream. I think that would be amazing. So just before we get into the game against Arsenal, our under-21s have won the league by quite a canter. 16 points clear. 63 plus goal difference. That is crazy. Ralph Grimm has scored 24 goals and they got 8 assists in 19 appearances and 17 starts. We'll keep an eye on him. He's not got the great potential. His contract, he's got 1 more year on his contract. But Ralph Grimm is there. Kiddy88, you're down there as well. 14 goals in 15. Leutner has 3 and 8 assists in 12. Xavi Edwards is there as well. We've been absolutely smashing it. Pivotal match, a 14-2 win over Huddersfield, where Ralph Grimm scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 goals. Holy crap. I mean, he's got technique, acceleration, finishing composure, dribbling's not too bad. His off the ball's not very good. Wow, maybe he gets a run out in pre-season next year to see what's going on. But yeah, the under-18s have done pretty well as well. I'm not sure. I think they won the league, but I think they got knocked out in the cup. They lost on penalties to Tottenham in the final bit of the cup, but they did win their League South, weirdly. But yeah, 16 wins and 26. They won it by 3 points over Liverpool, so they did do pretty damn well. And Brentford are still playing for survival. So let's go into the game against Arsenal. I've picked the team, so I'm now hoping that everyone is fit and healthy. No, they're not. People aren't fit and healthy because they played for the under-21s. So that's a little bit irritating. So we are going to have to make some... Unfortunately, it means Xavi Edwards, John Carpenter, Atli Berge, Fintan Strait can probably go on the bench, but I think all you guys are going to have to miss out. And Alphakoff has picked up an injury as well, which is a little bit annoying, isn't it? So let's... there we go. I just want to remove Alphakoff from position. There we go. So... and that was, we had all the Patreons and channel members in that squad as well. So Atli Berge, John Carpenter miss out, as does oh my god, my brain's gone dead. As does the person we just literally took out the team. I can't see him here, Alphakoff, because he's injured. So we need a Segundo Volante in there. Okay, so we're going to put Peter Hayworth in at there, and then Phil Lewis, you're going to come in to be the Segundo Volante, and then we need centre back. So it looks like we may just be going with our normal centre backs. Kennedy Joseph in, and I guess we could potentially play a different youngster at centre back. Doesn't necessarily have to be a Patreon, but we could. We're going to put Bernardo Susi there. He's not played there in a while because he's been doing a lot of Segundo Volante. But yeah, Mossa Mete will go on the bench to replace the Alphakoff for his injury, and I think we'll leave it with that. Yeah, let's go. Let's give it a go. So Johnny Craggs in goal, Luke Nyhouse, Joseph Sanusi, Jeff Hogg at the back. We've got Hayworth, Phil Lewis, Andrew Neeson, Fintan Strait, Jake Mills, and Kazushi up front. On the bench then, we've got Kai Harding, Supreme Dave, Mosameti, Connor, Andres Lukumi, Andrew Burgess, Balinese Balanson, Kiddy, and Crimson Mori as well. So definitely going to try and get those that probably haven't seen themselves feature too much. We'll try and get on the likes of Kai Harding, Andres Lukumi, Kiddy88, Balinese Balanson. I think you four will definitely all be coming on, and then it just depends on how fitness works out for players and stuff. But we're taking on Arsenal. It's going to be very tough. We do need to drop our mentality down to balanced and get away from positive when we're playing someone like Arsenal. But yeah, let's go and give our fans a send-off, even though we're down in London, away from the Leeds area, the Leeds-Bradford area where Guiseley is. Send the assistance to that. It could be Jeff Hogg and Supreme Dave's last appearance in a Guiseley shirt. We're not too sure. I'm probably going to give both of them one-year contracts if they accept that, but we'll have to see how it goes. But we are playing a counter-attacking system, and hopefully it works. We have trained... Craggs, oh my god, he's nearly taken that in. We have trained defending free kicks and defending corners in the week prior to this game, so I'm hoping that improves our game against Wolves. If we get a win, we could potentially jump up into 10th, but I can't see it happening. As Diaz back to Grimm out to Mendes. Mendes coming forward down that right-hand side. Tries to put a cross in, but it's blocked. It's a race to get there, and Mendes wins it. Ball in, and Neeson gets back to head it away. Fintan straight with a clearance. Here's Santa taking a break from the North Pole. Loic Neutos gets it away. Santa will get there first. Back to Lorente. João Victor into Grimm. Diaz. Over the top, into Darch. Darch is in, and he scores, and Darch is really good, by the way. It could be offside. He looked onside. But yeah, Darch is really good. He was, I think, top goal scorer in the league last year. Yeah, goal is awarded. It looked like it would be awarded. I think we're going to have to be a little bit more... Right, we're going to go for what... The other thing I sometimes do against these sort of bigger teams is sort of do this so that we have our wingers helping out a little bit more defensively. But as you can see, it is all Arsenal at the moment, as they this is going to push them into the Champions League spots, actually. So there is quite a bit riding on this for Arsenal. That's a good ball in, but Prevost comes and claims it very well. And it shows the difference when your goalkeeper can judge the flight of a ball and actually catch it, unlike Johnny Craggs against Wolves. But here is Smith, who turns inside, out to Mendes, into Diaz. Diaz back to Grimm. Grimm into Diaz again. João Victor. Arsenal moving the ball around really well. And that's a lovely 1-2 to release Novas. And he puts it over the bar. And it still remains 1-0 with half an hour gone. And it's all Arsenal. It is all Arsenal. Johnny Craggs takes a goal kick short to Joseph. Joseph out to Loic Neuhaus, who's, he's stepping into the senior team. Fintan straight, very highly rated in the under-18s. Andrew Neeson. Loic Neuhaus again. Cuts in field. Back to Joseph. All the way back to Johnny Craggs. Arsenal not giving us any easy passes through. Here's Hayworth into Fintan straight. Try to put it through to Kazushi, who flies into a tackle but can't win the ball back. And Santa into Lorente. Grimm into Van Hattem. Mendes. Diaz. Novas. Through again to Darch. He's made a wonderful run off the back of Sanusi, and it's taken a deflection and looped over Craggs in goal. And it's 2-0 Arsenal, and I think we're just going to go for it in the second half. I think we're going to get to half-time and we're going to go back to our positive system. We'll push the right back again going forward, as we've launched one over the top that didn't quite work. Neeson heads it on, but that's easy for Lorente. I thought there might have been a mix-up there, but Santa into Smith. Back to João Victor. Under pressure, but does well. Lorente into Santa again, but he's robbed, is he, by Neeson? No, he's not. Neeson couldn't come away with the ball, but that's covered well by Joseph. But a terrible first touch, and Novas is in behind. We've held him up a little bit. Back to Smith. Cross to the edge of the box. Diaz brings it down. Out to Van Hattem. Into Mendes. And Craggs is having an absolute shocker since I said he's playing well. Get Jan Petric back in goal. Johnny Craggs, you can sod off to Chelsea or Man United or Blackburn or whoever wanted you. You have been dreadful in these last 3 games. And I don't want to say it's, oh my God, Phil Lewis has been robbed and Darch might try and make it 4 here in quick succession. That time he looked offside, and he's at the post anyway, but he was offside. But Johnny Craggs has been bloody useless in these 2 games. Honestly, we looked at his performance. What was it? 6 appearances, 8 conceded, and he was on like a 7.4 average. I was like, bloody hell. Put the camera on and he shits the bed. 22 shots to 2, 7 on target to 7. I'm going to thrash my arms and say that was absolutely terrible. This was awful. Right, positive. Complete wing back on attack. Advanced playmaker on support. Inside forward on attack. Let's see what we can do with this. We've got tired legs in here. Fintan straight is tired. We'll give him a little bit longer because you'll get a boost after half time. But yeah, we'll have to make sure we've got all of our fresh legs on. I'm going to berate them. I'm just going to keep shouting at them until they play better. I think that's, the key to good management, I guess. Just shout at your employees until they do what you want. I joke. Obviously, I am a manager at work, and that's not how I work. Sanusi, back to Joseph. Joseph out to Loic Neuhausen, who is on attack now and should get forward. And he's found Neeson in front of him. Neeson tries to cut it back. Oh, Prevost has had a bit of a craggy moment, but we couldn't counter that. We couldn't make it count. But we do have a free kick. And Sanusi is not normally a free kick taker. And he's at the top of the netting. So that probably shows why he's not normally a free kick taker. Okay, let's ring some changes. Supreme Dave is going to come on in the advanced playmaker role up there. Eventually, he'll probably move back here, and we'll get some other people on. Kai Harding is going to come on at left back. That's an easy one to make. We're going to do Kiddy on for Neeson. Balinese on up front for Kazushi. That leaves us with one change to make, and it will be, we'll bring on Lakumi, I think, because I think that would be a nice thing to do to get all the Patreons and channel members a good run out in the season. Free kick. Kiddy swings it in to the back post. Supreme Dave's going to pick this one up. Here's Hayworth. Joseph. That is awful, Joseph. That is terrible. Luckily, he's not a patron or a channel member, so he can be berated in the chat. Great tackle from Loic Neuhausen, or Neuhaus, as he comes forward, but then a really bad pass. Novas goes over to Mendes, into Diaz. Diaz is clearly through, and Johnny Craggs has saved nothing today, and he's not saved that either. It's 4-0 to Arsenal on the hour mark, and yeah, we're getting just annihilated by a better team, but it doesn't matter because it's all a bit of fun, and we all get to see the Patreons and the channel members play, and they are going to grow into very good footballers. Trust me on that one as Kai Harding comes forward. That's another really sloppy pass. I don't want to say we've got our flip-flops on and we're on the beach already, but we're definitely on the beach already, knowing that we're totally safe in the Premier League. And wow, Johnny Craggs is going to take the blame for that goal. I think that's a bit, I know I've been berating him, but I think that's a bit harsh on old Johnny Craggs to say that one. Right, fitness-wise, Hayworth and Lewis are doing the same. Well, Lewis, you're on a yellow, though, so we'll bring you off. Lakumi's going to come on, sit in that central midfield role there. And, yeah, let's just see this game out. Don't worry about it at all. Let's give them some encouragement. I mean, we're 5-0 down. We've not done much this game. This generally happens when Crimson Mori doesn't play up front. That's a good save from Johnny Craggs, to be fair. Give him his dues for that save from the free kick. Very good. Sanusi, back to Craggs. Back to Sanusi. Out to Joseph. There is a bit of a big gap between our midfield and our defence there, but I'm not going to worry about it in the final game of the season. This formation's done us well when we've changed to it. So here's Nelthorpe. Goes out to the far-hand side. Smith will keep this one into Mahe. I think Arsenal really should be playing youngsters as well. Final game of the season. Only got Champions League football to play with. I mean, we could go and look at their strikers, but we're not going to because they're so good. Like, yeah. Next. 10 minutes to go. 6-0 down. Let's demand more because we've been rubbish. Mendes, in it goes. That's going to be a penalty because that's what they need when they're 6-0 up. Ref, that's what they need. Papuani, who's come on for Arsenal, is having a blinder. Jake Mills is on a 5.9 and giving away a penalty. So it's not your finest moment, Jake. Darch puts it away for his hat-trick. So well done him for his 29th goal of the season. Unbelievable. Darch, he is having a blinder of a season, let's be honest. 4 minutes to go. Let's just tick that time down. Look at that. Craggs, 5.7. Neuhaus, 5.9. Jake Mills, 5.8. There's going to be some fines after this game, I'm telling you. Thrash Arms, that was not good enough. You're all absolutely horrendous. But thanks for watching, Patreons and channel members. How did you rate this clash as a final match? John Beale can talk about that in his final game as assistant manager. We'll give him that honour. But we finished 13th in the league. It's not too bad, to be honest. We would have had a minus, 14 goal difference if we hadn't have lost 7-0 on the final day of the season. So that's not too bad either. But I think it's a good tradition, I think. When we've got nothing to play for, we chuck in the channel members and the Patreons and see how they get on. But Brentford do go down 7-0. Yeah, we slam the team. Middlesbrough go down as well. So it's Leicester, Middlesbrough and Brentford going down. We get £15 million. We pay 1.9 million to the team for staying up. And yeah, why didn't you bring on Crimson Mori? Because he's played loads of football this season already. So don't worry about it. Yes, in terms of expiring contracts then, Supreme Dave, Jeff Hogg, Ryan Robinson will be released. He's pretty rubbish. Ben Walmsley, not sure about him. He's fickle personality. He's got a good potential, but yeah, I don't know if he's ever really going to make it. And that's it. We've only got 4 people expiring in the whole of our squad, which is impressive. But Supreme Dave, at the age of 31, very good mental character to have around the squad. I think if you had a really good personality, we'd definitely keep you. But it may be time for you to move on, and we'll get you a new person as well in the squad. 24 games this year, still getting a 6.75, better than last year. So yeah, you still might have something to offer in those legs. We'll make a decision. And Jeff Hogg, I mean, yeah, physically and mentally you're pretty good. You are lacking technically, but 36 games this season, a 6.7. You're not old, are you? You're 24 and you're resilient, so I don't mind keeping you around for that. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we'll head into next year. It's a longer episode for the 2 games, but thank you so much for watching. The support is amazing. It does really encourage me to keep doing this, reading all your messages and replying to every message eventually. I do it in a big bulk thing and reply to every single comment I get, so thank you very much. And if you want your name in the game, remember, sign up to the Patreon or join the channel member and just give a little bit of money to the channel. It all goes back into the channel. It gets my green screen, it upgrades my computer. I've just got a new graphics card, and it's my lighting, my camera, and things like that. So it does all go back into the channel. But thank you so much for watching. It has been great. We'll be back for season 30, which is crazy. Season 30 next year. Let's see if we can try and push for either a European spot or a domestic trophy. That would be nice. I'll see you soon. Cheers.